Blackmagic Design just announced DaVinci Resolve 21, and in this video I'm going to show you some new AI features in there that I think you should know about, and it's going to speed up your workflow and make things easy for you. These AI features are not new. Some of them are already in DaVinci 20. You can just download them and then have it on DaVinci Resolve 20 and work with it, right? So in this video, if you already have DaVinci Resolve 20, I can also show you where you can download that. So we can go up here to DaVinci Resolve, and you see we have extra download manager over there. So you click on extra download manager, and then you can see the AI IntelliSearch, you know, AI Slate ID, AI speech generator, all of those stuff you can download from here. And you can work with it with DaVinci Resolve 20, especially the studio version if you are in DaVinci Resolve 20. But if you are in DaVinci Resolve 21, there are some cool features in here that I want to talk about, and I'm going to show you. First off, the first feature we're going to talk about is the Cinefocus. Cinefocus AI tool is one thing in here that is going to be a game changer, especially if you used to shoot with your phone, even with your cameras, right? If you have a deep depth of field, you can use this tool to make things look like a shallow depth of field. So when I play through this video, you can see that everything in here looks sharp, right? But when we add a new node, so we're going to go here and then Option S to add a new node, and we'll go into the effects section, type in here Cinefocus. We just drag and drop it on there, and then voila, you can already see that you have changes being made to the video. We can click where we want to apply the focus point. So if you want to apply the focus point to the tree in the center, you can now see that the foreground is out of focus, the background is out of focus, and you have the center in focus, right? We can also apply same to the foreground, and then you have the foreground now in focus and then the background out of focus. When you come into the settings over here, you can change things in the depth. We can just streamline things a little bit in the depth map area. So let's just check on this adjustment. We'll make the far side, you know, play around the tools a little bit, go into the gamma. And now when we click on results, this is what we see, right? You can also go into the aperture, play with the depth of field a little bit, you know, just move things around the way you want it. And when we look at the result, this is what we have. And then there we go, right? So you can just point to apply your focus point. And look at what is happening over here. You have this tree in the foreground in focus. You have this tree also in the foreground. It also applies to it. Why? Because they are on the same plane. When I go to a video, so we have this video over here as well of me just walking by the roadside. We have everything in focus, or at least a little bit in focus. I'm going to apply the Cinefocus to it as well, and then we'll see what is going to happen. So we create a new node, apply the Cinefocus to it, and then I can decide where I want the focus point to be, if I want it to be on the background or I want it to be on the foreground, right? So we can select this. I can go into the aperture size, play with it a little bit. Yeah, I like something like this. I can pack it over here. Good. Let's do something like this. Play with the highlight boost a little bit. Okay, this is what we have now. When I play through it, this is what we get. Okay, so I just decided to move closer to the road so that we can have sound from the moving vehicles and also the wind, and we'll be able to, so you can see how the Cinefocus is just tracking the subject. Simple as that. So the Cinefocus 2 AI tool is one of the tools that I think will be good, a game changer, especially if you have a deep depth of field. You can use this to apply and then create some interesting image as you want it. The next tool we're going to talk about is the AI voice isolation tool. And this is also another powerful AI tool that I think we can use to separate the foreground from the background, especially if we have so much noise in the background. We can use this tool to change things around. So let's play this video. Let's listen. Okay, so I just decided to move closer to the road so that we can have sound from the moving vehicles and also the wind, and we'll be able to isolate the sound to see what the AI feature will be able to do, especially. Yeah, so you can hear that there are so much wind noise coming into the microphone, but to activate the AI voice isolation tool, it's up here, right? So you just open your inspector tab, get onto audio tab, click over there, and then you have AI voice isolation, right? You just click on the AI voice isolation, and then that's it. Very well that we have so much sound from the cars moving by. And I'm going to activate the AI tool, knowing very well that we have so much sound from the cars moving by and also the wind. So we can see that this is working, but it feels a little robotic, right? But I think it does the work, it does the job. So I'm going to play back and forth again. I'm just going to activate the AI voice isolation tool and then turn it on and off, and then we'll see sound from the cars moving by and also the wind as well. So I'll be curious to know. We're also going to try the Cinefocus AI to see if we can blur the background and the foreground, all those Gucci stuff. The next thing we're going to talk about is a speech generator tool, right? So in case you're working on a project and you want to get a voiceover, right, you can use this to just put in your script over there and it's going to generate a voiceover for you. To do that, just pack your cursor wherever you want it to be. We go to the timeline up here and then AI tools and click on speech generator. And then it brings up a dialog box for us. You just paste your text over there and then select what voice model you want to apply to it, right? So we have the male voice 1, male voice 2, female voice 1, female voice 2, but you can also use a custom voice. And with this custom voice, what the AI tool is going to do is that you can upload any sound that is more than 10 seconds and it's going to generate a voice that is close to the voice that you just put in there. So I have an audio of myself that I tested out, and then this is my voice. I click on it, it's loaded over there. And I can just custom what name I should give it and put it on, let's say, track 1. I'll put it on track 1 and generate. It's going to take a time to think through it and generate a voiceover for us. So let's see what it's going to do. And we'll try to see if it's close to what my voice sounds like, right? Okay, so it's done. Let's play through it. If you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, please use this opportunity to do so. Thank you for doing that. Now let's continue. Right, this is not bad, but it doesn't look like the way I would sound if I want someone to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I would sound a little bit persuasive or something like that, you know, but this sounds like someone who is upset, someone who is not in the mood for anybody to subscribe. But in any case, subscribe to my YouTube channel. So let's play through it again. If you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, please use this opportunity to do so. Thank you for doing that. Now let's continue. Okay, all right. But this voice you are hearing now, it's actually not my voice. This voice is an AI voice. And how do we do that? We can tweak things around for the AI to generate a voice that is close to our voice. Now, the way we can train the system for it to be able to detect our voice, for it to look close as how the human voice is going to sound, you just need to click on any video you have in your media pool, right? But just make sure that you're cautious of the sounds in there. So you realize that in my audio, there was some background noises because of the audio I selected. I mean, the video I selected. So I'm just going to select this video here. All those Gucci stuff. And you can hear that there's so much sound in the, noise in the background. We can just right click on it, go to AI tools, DaVinci AI voice training. You click over there, you need to seek permission, copyright stuff, you accept it. And the next moment, you are asked, what name do you want to give to the voice? So my name is going to be Manuel, right? And then we select video that we want to apply that. And the moment you hit on the start, it asks you if you want to do this, you say yes, and then it's going to take a second. Prepare all of this in the background. It's going to tell you that all this that you're going to do will be launched in the background so that you can focus on doing other stuff. So you hit on OK. And the way you know it's happening in the background is coming down here. You click over there, you can see that it says that voice converts model status, right? After that is done, you come back to the video that you want the audio to be applied to, right? Click on it, go to voice convert, and then we're going to select my name and then render it on a new track. It's going to take a second to look through it, analyze the clip, and then render it onto the new track. Okay, so this is what we have now. Okay, all right, but this voice you are hearing now, it's actually not my voice. This voice is an AI voice. And how do we do that? We can tweak things around for the AI to generate a voice that is close to our voice. So you can see what is happening over there right now, right? And I realized that the moment you do that, the system automatically mutes your actual audio. But I was able to find a way to bring it back. So my actual audio, if I want to bring it back, I can just go right click and then click on enable and disable clip. It's going to disable the clips, and then I go back and just enable everything and it comes back. I mean, that worked for me. I don't know if there's a better way. If there's a better way, let me know in the comment section and then I'll pay heed to that. Right, so I can just mute this now and then play my actual video. Okay, all right, but this voice you are hearing now is actually not my voice. This is actually my voice. Now let's play the other voice. Okay, all right, but this voice you are hearing now, it's actually not my voice. This voice is an AI voice. So you can see how the AI voice is able to detect the voice and make something close. I mean, it's also syncing with the lips. So if you ever encounter a problem whereby there was so much background noise in your actual video, or maybe you had a baby crying in the background and you think you cannot use that audio, simply get a video that you have your audio in there, train the AI so that it's able to detect your voice, and then just convert it to the AI voice, and you can just chill. It's going to do the magic. You realize that it has some robotic feel to it. If you don't pay close attention to it, you're not going to hear it. But if you pay close attention to it, you're going to know that this is AI. But who cares? I mean, especially if it follows the way you speak, people are going to buy into it. Now, the next tool we're going to talk about is the Face Age Transformer tool. Basically, it's going to change your face. It's going to change things about your face, especially the age. Now, in order for that to happen, let's go into our color tab. We add another node. Option S to add a node. We go to the effect, and then we can just type over the face. And then it has over the Face Age Transformer. Drag and drop that onto the node. And now you have to hit on detect face in the frame, because it needs to detect the face that you want to use. If you have more than 2 faces, it needs to detect all of that. So we're going to detect the face. It tells me that, okay, this is a face area for it. And we're going to track back and front. So give it time for it to track back and front. So we can see that it's tracking every part of the face, to the side, the front part of the face. It's just AI doing its thing. Now that this is done, when we move the cursor, you can see that it still has the face logged in. So I'm just going to pack on a place where I can see my face much more better. Somewhere here, and then we go to the age shift. Right, so you see the age shift. It says right now the subject's age is at 30. The game changer is moving the age offsets. Okay, so we're going to move the age offsets to, let's say, 25, and oh, I'm already an old man. Right, look at that. Even worse. Right, and we can make it a baby. Oh, so smooth, right? So we can use the Face Age Transformer to change things around. And let's put it on something like this. Let's make him a little old. And now when I play through it, this is what we get. And you can see that it's tracking the face, every part of the face, right? Because, you know, the AI is doing a good job. It was able to track the side of the face, the front side of the face, every part of the face. And now it's able to tell you that this is how you look. I don't think this is how I'm going to look when I grow older, but, you know. Yeah, so we have this AI feature in DaVinci Resolve 21 that will be helpful for you in case you need it. If you think you're old and you want to make it yourself young, or you're young and you want to make yourself a little mature, this is free stuff. Just use it. Still dwelling on the face or the appearance of a subject, what we can do now is that it has another feature called the Face Reshaper. Basically, you can change your nose, you can change your mouth, you can change your head, whatever you want to do. Right, so we have a new node. We still go up here, type in face, you have the Face Reshaper, put it onto the node, and now we're going to detect the face one more time. We do our track back and forth, and you can see that it's tracking the face to the side, it's tracking because, you know, it needs to make sure that when it's transforming the face, it's transforming it right. And now that it's done tracking the face, you can see that when I move the cursor around, the points are still on the face. So I'm going to pack it over here. We can check off the show overlay. So you check it off, it goes, but it still has a face over there. And let's go to the face shape. We can change the shape of the face. You know, let's move the shape of the face Right, there we go. We can play with the width a little bit. All right, we can play with the chin a little bit, the jaw, do some stuff over there. When I show you the before and after, this is what we have. This is the real me. This is the AI me now. I get a lot that people say that I have a very big nose. So we can play with the nose a little bit. Let's see. I don't think it can really do much with my nose, but oh, look at that. All right, so we're playing with the nose a little bit, and there we go. Let's add a little smile. Let's add a little smile to my face. So before, after, before, after. And when I play through this, this is what we get. And you can see that it's tracking the face from the side, even to the front, just making sure that you have everything intact. It's not going to be the best. Once again, I want you to know that this is the public beta version, so there are still a lot of things that Blackmagic design needs to figure out and then make sure that in the full version, things are going to be corrected. You can see how cool this is looking, right? Imagine if you have a big head and want to make it small. You know, you can use this tool to correct things. This is another feature, AI feature in DaVinci Resolve 21 that I think will be good for some of you to use, especially those that have a big head and those that have a small head that also want to make it big. This might be a guy. Quick fix, right? So still dealing with appearance again, we have what we call the AI Blemish Removal tool right now. Right, so I'm gonna take this video for instance. Now with this video, you can see that she has some pimples and some blemishes on her face. Right, so we're gonna see what the AI tool will be able to do. So quickly, let's just pack on this area of her face. And then we go into our effect type blemish removal, and then just drop it on there. Now we can play with the strength. Let's just increase it to the max and see what it's going to do. When I do the before and after, you can see some blemish over here that goes off and then on, right? So pay attention to this area when I do the before and after. You can see it's plain, right? I mean, blemishes are not the same as pimples. I mean, pimples are upgraded version of blemish, right? But so you don't expect it to take out the very, very obvious or the bigger ones, right? Like this bad guy over here. This is not going to take it off, but you can see that it's trying to do something with that. Look at this area of the face. It takes out some blemishes from there, right? So I think in future, it should be able to take out all those big pimples and acne on the face, right? But for now, it's able to take out the very little blemishes on the face, as you can see right now. So this is also a tool that it's in there that I think will be useful to a lot of folks that want to play around with that. Now the next tool I'm going to talk about is the Ultrashapen tool in DaVinci Resolve. Basically with this tool, if you have a video that is a little out of focus, you can use this tool to fix it, right? Do not expect to fix an image that is totally out of focus, right? But we can just increase the sharpness of the video a little bit. So I'm going to show you instances where I would use this. So I have a video over here where I have my focus point just a little off, right? So you can see I have my focus point just a little off in this video. I'm going to add a new node one more time, Option S, add a new node, and then we go to the effect, Ultrashapen, drop it over there, and we can increase our sharpen, right? And look at it, look at this, right? So this is before, this is after. When I zoom in, you can tell. Before, after, right? So this was able to fix the out of focus image for me a little bit, right? But another instance where I would use the Ultrashapen tool is when I change my timeline to shooting a portrait. Once again, the camera that I use doesn't shoot in open gate. So for me, whenever I put any of my videos in the 9:16 frame, kind of like the portrait frame, it looks a little bit out of focus. So we can use this tool to fix it a little bit. So I'll just go into this timeline, go into my color page, and then add Ultrashapen onto it. Now, when we do the before and after, you can see how now it has a little sharpen to it. This is out of focus a little bit, and this is sharpened, right? So we can use this to also fix if our image or our video looks a little bit low quality. We can use this to increase the quality a little bit. So this is another feature that will be useful to anyone that is shooting in landscape but now wants to transfer it into portrait but loses some bit of a quality. Also, if your image has just a low or kind of like a little out of focus, you can use this to fix it a little bit. Now the next thing we're going to talk about is the depth map. Now the depth map have already been in the system, but I think for now there has been a little upgrade to it, but we're going to explore that option as well. So we add another node to that, and then we go into the effect add depth map. Depth map. Now, what a depth map is going to do is that we can separate our foreground from our background and do whatever we want to do. So just like the way we used to mask images from the background previously, right? You separate your foreground from the background or background from the foreground or whatever you want to do, separate a particular subject from another subject with masking. We can do that smoothly or even precisely with a depth map. So with a depth map, checked right now, we have the depth map preview on. When you uncheck it, you have your video, but you need this on so you can see what you're doing, right? We go to the isolate specific depth, we check that on, and I can just push it and say that, okay, this is exactly what I want you to do. I just want the person in the foreground. We can play with the smoothness a little bit. And if we want to play with the map finesse, that is also something that we can do. So we go into the map finesse, just move things around a little bit, just so that the edges are a little better. Okay, I like it like this. Play with the blur. We can go into the advanced options as well and play with it, right? We can play with the far side and then the near side. Let me go to the far side. Let's increase the gamma, more so like the contrast of whatever we are doing. So we do something like this. And now when we uncheck the depth map, this is what we get. Okay, so now we have our background selected, right? But in order to see the difference of whatever we're going to do, what we are going to do is that we're going to add another node. So option S to add another node. And with this node, what I'm going to do is that I want to have the background a little blue and underexposed, right? So I'm going to the offset and then decrease your offset a little bit. I like my offset this way. I'm going to increase my blues or even just play with the blues a little bit. Okay, I think this is the color I want. Now it looks like this is happening to the overall image. That is not what we want. In order for this to work, we go and then drag this alpha point to the next alpha point, right? So, and then we can see the difference, right? And we can see that the changes now affected the face leaving the background. If we wanted to affect the background, we can just go back to the previous node where we had the depth map and then click on invert. And then it happens to the background leaving the foreground. Look at that. It just works smoothly. And when I play through it, this is how it looks. So we can do a lot of stuff with this depth map, especially if we want to separate our foreground from the background and even some other objects, right? So I can also apply a Gaussian blur to this and play with the strength a little bit. And now we can see that whatever we did applied to the background and not the foreground. And if we wanted to apply to the foreground, we just go back into the depth finesse node and then uncheck the invert. And then you can see that it applies to the one in front. So you can do a lot of stuff with this depth map, especially because this is precise. Like you can dial it into whatever you want and then make sure that you are playing with the depth map, separating your foreground from the background, adding things to the background that never existed before, and then changing things around. So the depth map is also a good AI tool in DaVinci 21 that I think you should know about. Now another AI feature that DaVinci Resolve included in this version is what we call the AI IntelliSearch. And this will be very, very useful, especially if you have a lot of content in your timeline, thinking of how you can sort them out. You can use this feature. If you're a documentary filmmaker, you can also use this tool. So assuming that you have a catalog or you have a lot of files in there, trying to search for just a lady in a red dress, you can just type red or lady in red and it's going to pull up all the videos that have a lady in red. So when you go up here, you can click on this icon and then go to AI clip analyze, right? and we just need to check AI analyze for IntelliSearch. If you want to search for the Slate, the transcription, and then audio classification as well, we're going to come to that. But for now, let's just do the IntelliSearch, and then you analyze. After it's done doing that, now we can just go to the search button. So we're going to go to the search button and then search for food, and hit on enter. Now the moment we hit that, it's going to look through to see if there is any food in either the dialogue or the visuals. We don't see anything happening here because we have it being searched in selected bin. So we're going to select sub bin where I have some food in there. And then when I play through it, you can see that we have food in this shot, we have a food in this shot, we have food in this shot, we have food in this shot, and then in this area as well. You can see that we have no food in here. Why is it selecting that? It's because in the transcription, the actor mentioned the word food. Let's see that. So we can just double click on that and then say that let's display not the full clip, but we're going to display just the segment where he says food. So we click on there, double click. Food. Food, food, food. Is that not amazing? Right. So it's just going to bring out all the dialogue that says food, or in any dialogue that it mentions the word food, is going to pull that out. Any visual that also has food in it is going to pull that out. Let's look at this as well. Food. 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 And now in this dialogue, we don't hear food, but we can see food. But if we want to streamline it, we can go up here and then just click on this. Instead of search all, we'll only search for visuals. Food. And then it brings out all the visuals that has just food. We can also go up there and search for just the transcriptions that says food. And then in this, we have food. We have food. We have food. Right. Game changer, right? And if we don't want just a segment, we want a full clip, we can just hit on the display, go to full clip, and then it's going to highlight the area where it has the word food. So you can see in this area, you have yellow selection in there, yellow in and out selection over there. That is where he says or she mentions the word food, right? So you have it over there in the yellow selection. But if we go to segments, it scales it down for us. Also, IntelliSearch can also search for faces. So let's just click on this button over here. And then the moment we click on any of the images over here, right, it's going to bring out all the visuals of that individual. So when I click on this, it brings out all the visuals of myself. When I click on this, it brings out all the visuals of this lady. Same thing happening here. Same thing happening over here as well. Look at what is happening over here. Now, in this video, we don't see the face of the main actor. We only see the actor's face on the screen, on the phone up there, right? But it's able to also identify that this face belongs to this actor, which I think is interesting. But if you ever do this and you cannot find the results, then it's because you have something going wrong somewhere. So look at this. When I click over here and go to transcription only, and I click on this, we don't see anything happening, right? And it looks like the AI is not working, but it's just because you selected transcription only. When we click on visuals only, now it's looking, or it's able to find it now. So we are able to, out of all the images that we have, we are able to dial it down. And we can also do this further by just clicking over here and say manage faces. Now when we do that, it's going to bring out all the faces for us, and I can just say that this is manual. So let's type over here manual. And improve face grouping. Is this manual? No. Is this manual? No. Is this manual? No. Is this manual? No. 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 Yes. 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 And basically, it's going to now identify that any image of that sort belongs to manual, right? So IntelliSearch is also a game changer. Let's look at the point where you want to apply transcription to that, right? So I can just click on this video, for instance, right click on it and go to AI tools, audio transcription, and then it brings out the transcription to that audio, right? I can just click anywhere. So let me pull this to this side and then click on the first one. Okay, so I just decide, and I can decide to just click on right. Right, so right now we are focused. I can decide to click on this area that says Cinefocus. Cinefocus AI, and then it's just gonna go straight into that area. What we can also do is that I can highlight this area. Let me just highlight this area and then make a sub clip out of this. And then just hit over here where it says that create sub clip. And automatically it creates a clip over here for us where we can just place this into a separate bin, right? So it starts with, we are also going to try AI Cinefocus, right? I'll just click on create and then, yep, we're also going to try the Cinefocus. Simple. Let's assume that was just a coincidence, right? So we're going to close this. Let's go here. AI tools, audio transcription, transcribe. And then it brings out the transcription for us, right? Now we're going to highlight an area. You can also select, you just highlight this area, go down here, create a sub clip, and then create. This is it. And it starts from where? You can see that there is so much. Okay, so let's play it. Let me go here. You can see that there is so much wind as well. We'll try the AI isolation, audio isolation. So this tool can help you get a good transcription of your dialogue, as well as also dial straight into the area where the transcription or where the dialogue is happening, and you can create a subclip out of that. Simple as that. The AI IntelliSearch is a game changer. You can identify faces, you can identify moments, you can identify words, right? So let's also identify one other thing. Let's say that we just want to find, let's go to search for transcription only, and let's look for videos where you say Cinefocus. And then it brings out 3 videos for us, right? And once again, if it has a yellow indication, it means that that is where the Cinefocus was set. But I just want to dial it down to the segment where it says Cinefocus. So I just click on the down arrow, switch to segment, and then Cinefocus. Okay, so these two aren't working, but this area. And actually, you can see that it's also the same file. So A371, A371, A371. Now the next one I want to talk about is what we call the AI Slate ID. Basically, go up here as such, activate the AI analyze for slates, and then you do the analysis. And then it's going to bring out all the videos that had a slate in it. If there was any slate detected, it's going to mark in and out on that. So you can see this area, right? Now when we move our time indicator, you can see that there is a slate. And the moment the slate leaves the frame, it marks out for you, right? When I click on this too, and I can see that over there, that tells you that there was a slate there. When I click on this, you don't see any of the mark in, mark out. It means that there was no slate. And when I play through it, you can see that there is no slate, right? Same thing for this. You can see this indication. Move the cursor, it tells you that there is a detected slate. Same thing happening over here. So obvious. Now this AI feature is able to detect everything you wrote on the slate and then add it to the metadata. So I can see over here everything that I have on the slate. Now in order for it to add all the writings and everything on the slate in the metadata, what you're going to do is that you go up here to metadata, click on it, and then you can see media pool. We're going to click on the slate icon up here. The moment you click on it, it's going to analyze the clip, and after that, it's going to apply all the information that you have on the slate into the metadata. Okay, so the moment it's done, it tells you that this is what the AI recognized. This is your metadata. Do you want to send everything from this area to it? Let's see. So we have scene 5C, take 5. We have the date, which is 048-2023. Same thing over here. Title of the production, West to West. The director, and then the DP as well. We can just check this and then do save. The moment we do that, we can now see that that has been added to the metadata now. You can see scene 5C, you can see the take, all of those good stuff. We can also check if this is good take or bad take, whatever we want to do. So another interesting thing is that it's able to identify the faces in here. So you see that it says that people faces, face 12, 13, and then 11, right? Let's go into this. And then we have over here face 12, 13, and 11. And is the face of the same individuals, right? Is the face of the same individual, but just that the AI was taken from different angles. So this side, the side, and then any other. So you can see scene 12, 13, and 11. Let's go to this area as well. let's go to this area. It says that it can identify, I'm going to double click on this. It says that it can identify the faces of 12, 13, 1, 2, 9, and 10. We go to this area, manage faces. We have 12, 13, 1, we have 9, we have 10. You know, it's able to identify all the faces as well. So the AI Slate ID is also a good tool that is going to help you make things easy, and then you can just move on with your life. As easy as that. Now, another tool that I want us to talk about, which is a bonus, is the AI Smart Reframe. And I think this was also in DaVinci 20. So if you have the studio version of DaVinci 20, you'll be able to access this. Now, you realize that when you put your landscape video in a portrait timeline, for instance, you have a 16:9 video and you put it in the 9:16 video, you are going to have the tendency to miss a lot of movement, especially if the subject is moving from the left to the right. It's dialed in the center, right? It means that when they move out of the frame, they go out. When they move to the other side, they go out of the frame. With the AI Smart Reframe, what is going to happen is that even if the subject moves from the center, it's going to track the person. When you move to the other side, it's going to track you. So an instance is going to be this. Let's see. When I play through this, you can see that I move out of the frame at a point and then back into the frame, and then also it moves out of the frame. I mean, you can see what is happening. Now, what we're going to do is that we click on this. I go to AI Smart Reframe, which is going to be in the Inspector tab. You click over there. We can just leave this on auto. I don't want to make too much adjustments. So auto, and then we hit on reframe. And it's going to take its own time to do its own thing, going to analyze the subject, the movement, and everything. And we'll see what it's going to do. Now, you realize that after it's done, when I move out of the frame, it's going to track me now. So let's see. Okay, so let's play through it, see what is going to happen. You see it's tracking the face. It tracks the face. Everywhere you move, it's going to make sure that it has you in the frame. You can see what is happening there. Easy as such. And I think this is a game changer. This is one tool that is going to be so helpful for content creators and even filmmakers, right? Especially if you want to reframe your subject to the center and then you cannot seem to just keep doing the keyframe and moving the frame left and right. This would help you so much. So you can just keep your subject locked in the center, hit on the reframe, and then it's going to track the subject from the left to the right, and you don't have to do anything about that. Now, these are some new AI tools in DaVinci Resolve 21 that I think you should know about. If you use DaVinci Resolve 20, once again, you can get the extra downloads added to it. But with a new feature of DaVinci 21, the public beta version, I think it's good, right? But we can make it better, because I realized that when I was using DaVinci Resolve 21, especially the public beta version, which is available now, you are going to have crashes and bugs here and there. But it's just because it's a public beta version. So they're trying to make sure that things are working well in the future, which is going to be available in the full package in the future. But for now, you should be able to do everything right. And I'll also suggest that if you don't have a system that is running very good on performance, most of these AI tools are going to drag your system so much that you would get pissed about it, right? So you need to make sure that you have a good system, and this is going to work seamlessly for you. Thank you for watching this video, and thank you for also subscribing. If you have not, do it now. Share this video with your friends, your loved ones, and any other person that is curious about the new features about DaVinci Resolve 21. Comment in the comment section. I'll see you in the next video. Stay Gucci.